Okay, so been a bit annoyed with myself really. Did what I thought was a massive video about this gearbox in this 1997 CR80, which I've bought for my kids. When I bought it, it would go in to first and second gear, but it was very difficult to get in. And then apparently the other gears worked all right, but I'm not really sure how. So I'd hoped it was going to be something to do with the shift mechanism, but I had a feeling in my head with it just being first and second gear that it was either going to be a problem with one of the gears, or it was going to be like a spacer, like a washer in the wrong way, or shim as they should be called, because they're actually machined to be a specific width. So a shim in the wrong place, or a gear in the wrong way round, or something like that. Anyway, when I took it up, so the deal is, you take the gearbox apart, you take the transmission out of the crankcase, and then we start taking the gears off and comparing it all to the microfiche. And basically, this gear here, so this is the main shaft, this is the output shaft or the lay shaft. On the microfiche, so when I took the gearbox apart, this gear was that way around, and on the microfiche, which was taken from this direction, you couldn't see this lip here, so that's like raised surface. So basically, that was the main problem. So I put first gear in the wrong way around. But then when I put it back together, it still wouldn't change. It still wouldn't select gears, but it wasn't really selecting any of the gears very well. So anyway, so took it back apart again. Still not right, and but the shift drum was really tight, so it was really hard to rotate, even without any of the gears in, even without any of the selector forks, which are these bits. And these bits, as the shifter drum rotates around, the selector forks move up and down these dowels here, and they move the gears around on both of the shafts so that they line up to each other in different ways, and that's what selects your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth gear. So anyway, so the shifter drum was really tight in the crankcases. So basically, the bearings in the crankcases, or some of them, hadn't been pressed in far enough. So I've pressed them back in, put it all back together, and now she changes gear. But I'd done all this yesterday, the video, and I probably went into more detail. The gearbox was outside the engine, but I'm hoping that with that little description, you can see how important it is to just go through the gears with a fine-tooth comb and comparing them to the microfiche to try and work out what problems might be, especially if you're taking something on that someone else has built. So this engine has just been built apparently by someone else. I'm gonna say it's been built quite badly, because it has all kinds of different bits and pieces wrong. But that was the main one, and that was the one that I knew about when I bought it. So hopefully that's going to help some of you out. I'll show you a picture of the microfiche in the video, so hopefully you can see whether it's going to help you at all or not. I'm not sure, but there we go. Gearbox problem, 1997 Honda CR80, should be sorted. Hopefully you're going to be able to see this properly. So crankcases are assembled. I've got the crank in now. I need to tighten it up, so I'm spinning the main shaft. So this is the shaft that the clutch attaches to, so that's where it gets its drive from the crank. So Anyway, so spinning that, and you can see the output shaft is not moving at all. So down into first gear. That's a nice gear change. Up into second, third, and you can hear those clicks are all nice, easy clicks. Fourth, I think that is. Fifth, sixth, yeah, sixth, and then push the fifth, fourth, third, second, and then back into neutral. There we go, all working perfect. So I'll carry on with the rest of the build now.